Alright, I'm out here working on the head for the International, and I got her pretty well cleaned up. I got at least most of the rusty crap off. As you can see in this cylinder, there's some pitting. It almost looks like something was in there and popping around, but that's not really a big deal. I got most of the rust crap off and most of the big chunks of dirt. So I think the head should pretty much be ready to go. It's pretty well cleaned up. Good enough for me. Let's go out and see the tractor. I gotta warn you though, it's pretty windy outside, so you might get a little wind noise. Well, we're back at the tractor here, and now I've just got to clean up the top of the engine. Pretty much going to do the same thing that I did with the head, and take my drill with a little wire brush on it, and go around and try to clean up some of this rust here around the edges, and then I'll wipe it down with a towel. And then in these two middle cylinders that are down here, you can see there's a little bit of rust in there, and I'm just going to wipe up whatever I can with a rag, and then I'm going to take my hone and just try to clean up some of this rust in these two cylinders. The other two cylinders are okay, so I'm not going to do any honing or anything on them. And then I'll wipe it down, clean it up, make sure I don't have any grit left in there, and we should be able to put the head back on, I think, after it's all cleaned up. Well, like I said, it's pretty darn windy, but let's see if we can't clean up a little bit of this. I think I'm going to need to charge my battery up. Once I get that battery charged, I'll be able to finish cleaning this. It's doing a pretty good job. And then I'll be able to throw the hone on it and just clean them up a little bit. Should be almost ready to throw it back together. Well, it's still pretty darn windy out here, but I think I've got the top of the engine cleaned up pretty good as far as getting all the rust off of it. Now I can work on honing out those two cylinders, and all I'm going to do is clean it out, and I'm going to lube it up with some transmission fluid, and I'm going to take my hone, which is over there on the drill, and just run it up and down a few times to try to get some of this rust out of here. And then once that's done, I can clean up the head with some acetone and clean up the top of the block here, and slap a head gasket on it, bolt her down, and should be good to go. Alright, I've gone ahead and I've coated the cylinder and my hone with transmission fluid, because that's what I had on hand. And let's go ahead and hone it. Hopefully the camera doesn't fall down, because it's pretty darn windy. I don't need to do a real good hone, just enough to kind of break up some of that rust. So hopefully we can clean her up a bit. Hole might be a wee bit small, but actually I'm going to kick her up a notch. There we go. I think that's cleaning it up pretty well. Take a rag and we'll wipe it down, and we'll see what it looks like. Well, hopefully you can see that in there. It's taking up some of the rust, so I'll keep going, just give it a little bit more, and then I'll move on to the next one, do the same thing. And I'll wipe her down, clean up all that black crap, all that grit, and hopefully it'll work good. Alright, I've gone ahead and I've honed out both these cylinders just a little bit. As you can see, there's some scratches, some pitting in there, and I'm not really too worried about that. The purpose of the honing was just to get the built up rust out of the way. It wasn't to do a proper hone job, and I don't think it'll be a problem. And if it does become a problem, this engine is sleeved, so I could in theory just pop out the sleeves, put new pistons in it, and call it a day, but I'm just trying to get it running. So now that I've got those honed, I'll clean them up, and I'll clean the top of this head off, or this engine block off with some acetone, and clean the head off as well. And we should be ready to put it together. So I got a little bit of cleaning work ahead of me, and then we'll see if we can get the head on. Alright, I've gone ahead and lowered the pistons down so they're all about in the middle, and sprayed a bunch of penetrating oil in there and let that soak for a while. And I've also gone ahead and I've cleaned up the top here with some acetone, get all that oil and grit and crap off of there. And we should be ready to throw the head gasket on, and then I'll take the head, I'll use acetone on that gasket mating surface, and I can throw the head on and we can bolt her down. Alright, I've got the head cleaned up, and I've got the head gasket sitting on the top of the engine, so let's go ahead and see if we can't throw her on. Here we go. Well, that actually slid on easier than I thought it would. Well, as you can see, I've got the head back on and I've got it all bolted down. I went 70 foot-pounds on the torque for all the bolts there, and I just went in a staggered pattern back and forth from the center out. I don't know what the actual sequence is, but that's what I did. Hopefully it'll work fine. I also didn't have any sealer to use on the head gasket, so I just put it on there, and then once I get it running, after it's warmed up and cooled back down, I'll go back in and I'll re-torque everything. So now all I have to do is just start putting stuff back on it, buttoning this thing up. I want to get the valve train back in, all the rocker arms, and this little oil thing, so I can put the valve cover back on, at least set it there to kind of keep some of the crap out. And I'll of course throw the spark plugs back in just to keep the stuff out in the intake manifold and whatnot, and all these little gauges and such, little stuff. But it won't be running for probably a while yet, even though I'll have this back together, because I don't have the magneto and I don't have the carburetor, and I have no idea what shape they're in. So until I get those and figure out what they look like, I'm kind of at a standstill. But I can at least, get the steering shaft back in and get this thing back together and have it ready to go for when the other parts get here.